Good evening. It's almost sunset. I've been up for over 12 hours. I need to do this video before my tongue gets lazy, and see, it's doing it right there. And I need to continue your education. I really do. I was going to do two separate subjects here, but they almost are kind of fusing together here in my presentation. First of all, I've had people call me crazy and shit for my kind of disjointed ramblings and stuff. It's actually a lecturing or discourse style and even writing style that's called stream of consciousness. See, I don't look. Go ahead and look it up. Stream of consciousness in speech and in writing. Dr. Richard Alpert, also known as Baba Ram Das, he and Dr. Timothy Leary, that loser, were buddies. And he, towards the end, when he had already gone into that love everyone thing and actually finally became, I think just about the time he became asexual, said he was tired with both sexes. Before that, he wrote a stream of consciousness book that was printed on like brown paper, eco-friendly paper, all this kind of stuff. And I can't remember the title of it. It was like, kind of the usual 120, 140 pages of just his random thoughts. And I don't remember much because I don't think there was much fact in there at all. It was the sort of stuff here is I become disjointed and get into stream of consciousness because it's a complicated matter, and I'm trying to keep your attention with facts that you don't know. So one of the last guys that he gets reported for bullying and harassment, telling me I need to be in a mental institution or whatever. And come on, man. And y'all just don't understand that this is cine. Small penis, salt peanuts, salt peanuts. And what I'm doing is cine verite, cinema verite. None of this is scripted, none of this is. And I think that was the second part. I was going to get into the idiocy of two Harvard PhDs who led the psychedelic revolution with doing it because they or their friends were able to order LSD or LSDD, straight LSD 25 from what was that, La Roche, I think was the manufacturer. And we got just kind of different styles. I'll try to go on a tangent to kind of prove up or shore up or add to a point I'm making. And then sometimes in my fatigue, I don't bring you smoothly. True genius is being able to take somebody on a main thematic track and go off on a tangent, on a siding, as the hobos would say. Go off on a side, but still get back on, bring you back on, just like in the railroad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was really the second thing, is that it looks like from my analytics is that AI isn't even, if you type out something that's attacking me, it won't even post it, won't even let me know. It knows I'm really tired of the aggravation of it. These, as I told you before, I've actually had, please, that's a really difficult subject. Let me stay on the topic of, because I think I may go into, because I'm having trouble accessing my sleeping area because the hypo-fucking-chondriacs are out in full force today. Overinsured, obsessed with their health when there's nothing, it's not even a real clinic. I've told you before, it's 98% of the people going there don't have anything that's even worth prescribing. They don't really keep bandaging on it. So it's just, it's a milking barn, milking shed for overinsured, rich hypochondriacs. And I noticed, like, this morning when I got up and went out like about 5:30, 5:40 for smokes, that actually the Dallas Cowboy Fitness Center over there, I didn't ever check it on the web. Apparently that thing's open 24 hours for everybody to go in there dressed in their sexiest and do all the muscle thing, oh, come on, man. When I was an athlete, I looked great. Now I'm old, I'm fat, don't give a shit. Anyway, to continue on with Timothy Leary and Herb, well, not Herb Alpert, Dr. Richard Alpert, Alpert, Baba Ramdas. This is how stupid they are. We already had some idea about endogenous ligands. The first genetically modified organism was yeast, was modified to produce human, insulin. That was a lifetime ago. So we already had an idea that, and these guys understood so little, that really a microdose is all you need. That your reaction, that's where I found where they were becoming mythomaniacs and fabulous. You might want to look those words up. Fabulous, making up fables and making up myths that are not true. I'll call them liars right now. See, there's two types of hallucinogens. There's the indole type that simply triggers the release of serotonin storm and opens the doors of that's where it comes from. Huxley wrote The Doors of Perception. The music group. It simply opens your doors of perception to your sleeping mind. If you have a bad trip, I don't know about LSD, but because there's hard to get the real shit. But psilocybin, which is the best indole out there, if you have a bad trip on psilocybin, that means there's something really wrong inside your head. I've never had a bad trip. It's a good diagnostic tool, just like cannabis. But these idiots didn't see the fact, or were refusing to. They just continued to keep acting. Turn on, tune in, drop out. Oh, yeah, sure, weirdo. They didn't realize that you can't. It's just same with psilocybin. So after you've dosed with it once good, it takes you a couple days or more for you to build up enough serotonin in order for you to be able to have a little serotonin storm and pass through the doors of perception to your sleeping, unconscious mind. Simple as that, eh? But they would pretend that they would actually was drinking LSD 25 right out of the bottle. Megadosing does not work. The other type of hallucinogens, mescaline, other crap like that, you could technically classify methamphetamine as falling into that group. They essentially just fry the brain until you hallucinate. They're not a low toxicity trigger for serotonin release. I hope that clarified all that. Got it done in about 10 minutes. Timothy Leary and Baba Ramdas, Richard Alpert, Dr. Richard Alpert, were essentially phonies and shit, and not very perceptive, because you would have noticed and would have told the truth that you cannot megadose and do it every day. You can't. They were saying we were doing it every day. We were drinking out of the bottles. That's called, creating a myth or a fable. Mythomania and fabulism. Alex Jones has got it bad. So you uneducated punks out there can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't really know how to emote or express about that on that topic, because I've been dealing with complete blithering idiots who are completely brain damaged from their many years of smoking that Walter White, ice and glass and shit. Meth, man. Bolo. So, stream of consciousness, and then psychedelics maybe coming up next as a teaser. I'll start talking about the 60s and 70s, which I actually remember very well.